You have asthma. That's what many people are diagnosed with, a condition called subglottic stenosis here from their doctors. They may get misdiagnosed because it's very rare and it causes your airway to narrow until you're breathing through a very tiny opening. Doctors at Mayo Clinic have developed new ways to treat this issue that otherwise leaves people gasping for air.
I was breathing through 5-millimeter opening.
Imagine that, breathing through an opening the size of a cocktail straw. That was reality for Jill Pottinger-Moe, who has subglottic stenosis, a condition that happens almost exclusively to women.
It was a real labored breathing compared to people who called me Darth Vader because it was
Just walking through this store would have made Jill profoundly short of breath.
Once I bent over and went to pick this up, I would be wheezing and gasping for air, and there's no way I would be able to talk at the same time.
Idiopathic subglottic stenosis. We use the word idiopathic because we don't know the cause. Subglottic stenosis in and of itself is a scarring of the main windpipe right below the vocal cords.
Dr. Eric Edel and his colleagues at Mayo Clinic have studied this disease and developed a standardized treatment that helps keep the airway open. Here's how. Due to the progressive scarring, the windpipe slowly narrows, severely restricting airflow. During an endoscopic surgery, doctors make 3 small incisions into the scar tissue. This opens the airway and restores breathing. And because the issue will likely recur, patients like Jill are on medication afterwards to treat potential causes of the scarring and inflammation.
So we put everybody on aggressive anti-reflux measures,
plus inhaled steroids and an antibiotic. And if her airway does start to restrict again, Jill can have the surgery again, as many times as she needs it.
It's just so amazing to be able to breathe.
After 7 years of struggling for air, Jill says she's loving life and breathing easy.
And now it's just wonderful. I can breathe, I can talk, I can walk, I can exercise. It's changed my life.
For Mayo Clinic News Network, I'm Vivian Williams.
Dr. Edel says after this initial treatment, about 40% of patients are still breathing easier after 2 years. Others may require additional treatment sooner. But the good news is that they can have the treatment as often as necessary.
Before we go, a brief look at the main stories. BVI and USVI governments meet for the 6th Inter-Virgin Islands Council meeting. A MOU makes way for BVI students to access University of the Virgin Islands courses here at HLSCC. BVI taking the lead in implementing the climate change adaptation policy in the Caribbean. Cruise Pier expansion project breaks ground, indicating the project is ready to start. Officers in the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force are now using tasers and pepper spray. Elmer Stout High School wins its secondary debate opposing the moot decriminalization of marijuana will do more good than harm to the Virgin Islands. And Kito Rima tells JTV News about plans for music on the beach. In news from the Caribbean agricultural sector urged to focus on security following the enactment of the United States Farm Bill. And Haiti records cases of chikungunya as the virus becomes an epidemic in the Caribbean. Remember, you can find all the news stories featured in this newscast as well as previous newscasts on our website jtvlive.net. You can also watch this entire newscast on jtvlive.net along with JTV's television programs, community and government events. Additional information can be found on our Facebook page, facebook.com/JTV55, as well as our JTV News YouTube channel, where you can find all our news features, press conferences, and Spotlight's top news segment with Sean Rose. We welcome your questions and comments. Email us at jtvnews@hotmail.com. For Sean Rose and the entire news team, I'm Ino Suman. Thank you for watching.
Wardrobe provided by Umi Fashions.